The U.S. court has ordered Chicago University to release Bola Ahmed Tinubu's records for Atiku Abubakar within 2 days, certify authenticity under oath. Well, the Nigerian opposition leader said the documents would be used as part of his ongoing push to demonstrate Bola Tinubu's ineligibility to be Nigeria's president. Now, Nigerian opposition leader Atiku Abubakar has landed a major victory in the United States as a part of his ongoing push to demonstrate Bola Tinubu's ineligibility to be Nigeria's president. A federal court in Chicago ruled on Tuesday night that Chicago State University (CSU) must turn over all records relating to Mr. Tinubu to Mr. Abubakar within 2 days, saying the former vice president has been able to sufficiently satisfy the purpose for seeking the records, according to the ruling seen by People's Gazette. Judge Jeffrey Gilbert also ordered a deposition of designated CSU officials within 2 days after the records have been released, noting further that the process can be conducted during the weekend if necessary. Now, in addition, for all of the reasons I discussed above, Atiku Abubakar's application pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 1782 for an order directing discovery from Chicago State University for use in a foreign proceeding, ECF number 1, which is granted, Mr. Gilbert ruled, respondent CSU shall produce all relevant and non-privileged documents in response to request for production, number 1 through 4, bracketing as narrowed by the court bracket close in applicant sub-opener, and also within 2 days of the entry of this memorandum opinion and order. The deposition of respondents corporate designing shall proceed within 2 days of the production of the documents. The parties can modify the date set by the court by mutual agreement. Given a tight time frame under which the parties are operating, the deposition can definitely, if necessary, occur on a non-weekday, the court added. The order comes hours after Mr. Abubakar filed his appeal to the Supreme Court, following the September 6 judgment of the Presidential Election Petitions Tribunal that upheld Mr. Tinubu's victory. Mr. Abubakar had on August 2nd filed an application for the court to order CSU to produce documents relating to Mr. Tinubu, as well as leave to get the school's administrators to authenticate any documents submitted under oath. Now, Mr. Abubakar said the documents will be used as part of his ongoing challenge against Mr. Tinubu's election earlier this year. The candidate of the opposition People's Democratic Party said Mr. Tinubu should not have been allowed to run for president because he had submitted a forged document under oath in violation of the Nigerian Constitution. On the Constitution, in section 137 bracket 1 bracket J of the Nigerian Constitution, which is amended in 2010, specifically stated that no one would be legitimately elected president of Nigeria if the person has represented or presented a forged certificate to the Independent National Electoral Commission. On June 17, 2022, Mr. Tinubu submitted a certificate to Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) that was purportedly issued in 1979 and signed by Elnora Daniel. But Ms. Daniel only arrived at CSU in 1998 from Hampton University. 19 years after Mr. Tinubu was said to have graduated, she left the school in 2008 following a financial mismanagement scandal, or 14 years before June 2022, when CSU issued yet a fresh certificate in Mr. Tinubu's name under opener from a Nigerian lawyer who had inquired about Mr. Tinubu's education, which was there. To continue, the irregularities prompted Mr. Abubakar to file a suit to compel CSU to produce records relating to Mr. Tinubu and make its top officials available for deposition to certify they produce the records. According to the Nigerian opposition leaders' lawyers, now, during a hearing on the matter on September 12th, the CSU's lawyer Michael Hayes said the school could not authenticate Mr. Tinubu's certificate if asked under oath, although he said Mr. Tinubu attended the school and graduated in 1979. Now, Mr. Tinubu's lawyers, led by Christopher Carmichael, argued that Now, argue that the court should not grant Mr. Abubakar's application because it was a frivolous expedition aimed at soiling the Nigerian president's image. Mr. Tinubu's lawyer also argued that Nigerian Supreme Court would not accept fresh evidence that was not produced during the tribunal proceeding. But Mr. Abubakar's team, led by Angela Liu, had argued that the Supreme Court would accommodate the fresh facts under unique circumstances, especially as they were not available to the Court of Appeal, which is the court of first instance in a presidential election dispute. But Judge Gilbert said courts across the United States have traditionally taken a broad and liberal view in granting applications under Section 1782, a statute that allows the release of documents and evidence domiciled in the United States to be obtained and used in a foreign proceeding. Lastly, it says, but Judge Gilbert said courts across the United States have traditionally taken a broad and liberal view in granting applications under Section 1782, which is a statute that allows the release of documents and evidence domiciled in the United States to be obtained and used in a foreign proceedings. Back to the headline. We say is United States Court orders Chicago University to release Bola Tinubu's records to Atiku Abubakar within 2 days, certify authenticity under oath. Well, which the Nigerian opposition leader said the documents will be used as part of his ongoing push to demonstrate Bola Tinubu's ineligibility to be Nigeria's the president. Oh wow, these people are still, spreading their dirty linen outside. Well, I wish we could go further because time may not permit us to go further, but I would like you to share your views in the comment section and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel as Independent TV 7. Thanks for listening and God bless you.